You know, the last time I was in Kingston, there was a tree protest because the council gave permission for a riverside development that did away with 56 poplars. So those of us who could afford to get arrested built tree houses on poplars, which, okay, and those who couldn't went off to the town hall shouting, "Trees, not trees." Trees, not sleeves, right? That was 10 years before we ever met, but in some way, Stephen was there. So in honor of the Kingston 56 poplars and of Stephen's great love of trees, I'm reading from this ancestor to this new collection called Crossborough. Nonno, of course, two Italian words in here. Nonno, of course, is grandfather, and Baita is a mountain house. Nonno, didn't you love trees as much as I love trees? I'm sure you must have done. You must have walked up beyond Canet, up Gran Viso, and gone through thinning trees until the last few remained, stormed in late spring by white horses. Look, this is a matter of meditation where time stands still and whole worlds can be sucked in or out of white and black holes. This is what history is, not the batter of commerce, not the mass murder of innocence by imbeciles, not the constraints of hope by injunction. Trees turn into people and people into trees, as surely as a sleeping man in his troubles becomes a concrete. Have you seen how spruce bend slightly in the wind in the final meadows near the tree line? How they sway and soak into bone and skin, how they moan and dance into blood and heart, how the bone is like a tower of blood and bone, and it's smashed into the memory of love, dear heart. We destroy trees for our own peril. Or can I describe for you a circle of sycamores in St. James's Park, how their great bowl of air swirls and dances, how they're always smaller, becoming arms and branches, capillary themselves into fortune and air. Here, between the holes of a palm and a banal, regal house, we can squeeze out a free space for breath. Oh, in the little oaks and Blackpool and Hyde Park, or a single lost tree beside the Thames, or the superb deciduous woodlands on the borders of Easter Sutherland and Easter Ross, or the Spring Festival in Van Lyon. I once stood up through the roof of a car, moving slowly through stands of old larch in West Lothian. I once was mesmerized by a single white thorn at the junction of the Oak Hill Hills. I once was unable to leave sight of a single stately holm oak not far from Stroud until my friends half dragged me, silent, away. And I'm talking now just of the trees of one island. Think of the trees in the Alps, or those trees by the railway in Satyajit Rai, in Tagore, or the flayed river in memory of Ritwik Katak and others in places I'll never be able to go. One time, I lived 3 years on an island without trees. And it was so, so beautiful. An island and a moorland and a bandaged sun, always a bandaged sun. And a moorland made from decayed trees, a shepherd's cloak of peat laid down on scoured ancient rock across the scar-lined mountains. On schists cool from the heat of madness at great depths, on little protuberances amid the rocking seas. Our history, a seat beneath a bandaged sun, from galaxy to Gelta, from binary codes to Baita, veins and capillaries mapped in the skies, models of life in the code of a leaf, the colors of butterflies' wings more complex than even our eyes. That is why, Mama, that is why everything matters.